Hi, welcome to another episode of Beyond the Cane Pole. This is Peter. We're up here at Sadlers Creek State Park. Just look at that view. Picked a campsite that couldn't be much more perfect. I mean, it's beautiful. I'll get a little afternoon sun from the trees, but with temperatures supposed to be down in the 60s tonight, it won't be too bad at night, and we can just move over here into the shady area in the afternoon. I've got camp set up. We've even got some firewood some folks give us. I will get more on that later. Some of it's cut, some of it's long pieces. I'll show you how I deal with long pieces. The wife decided that we would bring the puppy dogs, so I've got a little run set up with a little shade. And she's sitting over there being, still as can be, forgetting this is video and she needs to move. Anyway, she brought Hunter and Jody, two little dogs. We've got their food over there. I'll get up and give you a tour of the campsite here in a minute or two. Alright folks, there's our quote-unquote tent. The dining fly I got for like 20 bucks at Goodwill. I've been looking at getting a tent to stand up in, and y'all know that I'm looking at it. Well, maybe you don't, but I'm looking at a tent trailer that with my seasonal money I'm going to get. I do have a large big man's cot. I throw an air mattress on it. Yes, I like two pillows. We have not gotten the beds made up completely yet. There's some of our gear. There's our day trip food bag right there on top. Food's in the green bag below. There's the tarp that I'd used to cover it, but there's no or very little chance of rain. I figure a little sprinkle we'd be alright. If I need to, I can always emergency quick throw up the tarp. There's our bedding bag, the purple bag there. The wife brought two sleeping bags. She's not sure which one she's want. Under the bed, which you can't see, is a bag that the air mattress goes in, and the bag that the cot goes in. I have it staked down. If you look, this is a gravel road here. I have it staked down with military tent poles or tent stakes, and then I've tied off to those with some bank line. Reason I'm using bank line is I can just cut off little short pieces of it, throw it away. It's cheap. Don't really care, and that way I can do it different things with it. Of course, my tomahawk's sitting there. Don't look at the little bag. The little dog already claimed her territory. There's the old Coleman propane stove. I've had this longer than I've been married, and it still works. Haven't had to replace the burners or anything. There's the box with the cookware, and got propane in it. There's our hammock bag. I've got a new hammock I might be setting up, and if you look at the box behind it, that's just some paper tinder I brought from home to make it easier to do campfires. But yeah, just look at that view. It's kind of why I don't want to set up the tarp, because we can just look right out the screen in the morning, and it's going to be beautiful. The sun comes up from the other direction, so yeah. The other thing is, the lake looks really low. I don't know how low it gets. I don't know how high it gets, but you probably can't tell from the angle. You can see these roots where they've been washed out right here at the campsite. That's a good 6-8 foot down. Yeah, 6-8 foot down to the bottom, especially like looking over there. When you get over that way, this has got kind of a little bit of a slope where it washed out. Alright, I'll show you where we got the firewood and maybe explain why I left some of it. Oh, I almost forgot. There's our bushcraft clothesline. Just a piece of paracord that I have run through clothespins. That way you don't lose clothespins, and they're always there, and you just open them, clip whatever, and let it hang. Not the best location, but we weren't sure where we were putting up things. We wanted to leave hammock area open, stuff like that, and didn't want to encroach too much on neighbors. Alright folks, this is the site next to us. I think next time we come, this might be it. It does have a border with another site over there, and it borders over here with our site, but you can see there's plenty of room. There's a little area going that way that you can actually get down to the lake, but I think I like this one better. Just it's a little bit more room, looks like. It may be not as deep, but you could put some hammocks over that way and still not be encroaching on your neighbors. And plus that would shade you from direct sun in the afternoon if you're up here in the summer. Now if you notice that pile of wood right there, I was doing some projects, and my saw, which is hacksaw with various blades, got left behind at home. So I don't feel like chopping through that with a with a tomahawk, and really we're not going to be here but today and tomorrow. Gonna definitely have a fire tonight. I don't know if we'll have a fire tomorrow. One of those pieces looks like it might be cedar or pine. I'm not sure which. One of those pieces is definitely pine, and a couple pieces what looks like more rotted oak. It's also why I left it. Somebody else can have it. I may come over and chop on that one weathered looking piece and see if there's any fat wood in it. But I'm here to have fun and relax. I've got plenty of fat wood at home. Brought fat wood with me for fires. Alright, there'll be more to this video as we go along, because we're going to go visit a couple other state parks. Might do some fishing, might do some other stuff. Don't know how many parts it is, but just wanted to bring you along a little bit. Definitely going to show a little bit of cooking. Thank you for watching. At least thank you for watching this far, I should say. Alright folks, sorry it's so backlit, but I'm sitting in the shade. And she's cooking dinner. The sun will be going down across the lake, and it's probably going to be very, very pretty out that way later on. But she's got the stove going, rehydrating some sausage, and using, what kind of rice is it?
Zatarain's Wild.
Zatarain's Wild rice. Gonna make a rice dish for dinner. That's that dehydrated pork sausage I told people on Facebook about. And before anybody freaks, it's wild pork that I made into my own sausage, which is very low in fat. Then I cooked the sausage and I dehydrated it, so that way it rehydrates and it's good. It's perfectly safe. Had it before. All right, now notice I have some paper. There's some packaging from the Pathfinder store when she got her little fry pan. I collected up some pine cones and sticks. There is some fat wood in there. You just can't see it. And I'm going to pile up some of the smaller pieces that I've cut on top of that. But if you notice, some of that stuff's still long. And I will show you later on how to deal with the long stuff. Don't know if I'm going to use all this firewood tonight. May have some tomorrow. But there's a couple long pieces over there that I'm going to show you how to deal with. Even though this is a small, well, it's a pretty big fire ring, but even though it's a fire ring kind of sized for certain firewood, you can still do what I'm about to do. And you can definitely do it with a campfire on the ground or with a few rocks around it. Stay tuned. Alright folks, this is the view of the sunset that isn't blinding you. We had to make a run to run some trash before it got dark, and when we got back it had gone down enough till you could actually see it. Of course, you see how clear the sky was, and it's setting right over there and we're right here. This whole site was lit up for a couple hours, around the sun going down. Starting to cool off. It's going to be a nice night. We'll get a fire going here in a minute. Show y'all what I do with big logs. Stay tuned. Alright, I put some of the smaller pieces I made earlier on there. Some of the smaller round pieces, but you know that I have a couple big pieces of wood over there. So for all you ferro rod guys, all you bow drill guys, all that, enjoy your fun. Do it all you want to. More power to you. Love to see it happen. Done it myself. Me, I'm just going to take myself a Bic lighter. I'm going to light me a fire. Alright, stay tuned and we'll show you how to get the big wood on and deal with big wood without having to cut it. Okay guys, that mess of fire is really going good. What I have here is I had two bigger pieces of pine. It was some of the hardest pine I've ever tried to chop into. I don't know how it dried or cured or anything, but it was serious. You can see how one of them's sticking out this way and the end's just in the fire. You notice the other one's a little long, but it's not quite as long. And I've got a couple oak pieces that I'll either do this way or tonight or tomorrow. May have enough here for 2 fires. Kind of rolled a little bit. Might have to put a piece on it to hold it down a little bit better. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do that. I'll be right back with you. Alright, because it was being a pain, took one of the bigger round logs, but shorter, and weighed down that end. That log is a little heavier than I'd like, so I think it's a little greener, but we'll see. Just going to go ahead and have a little fire while we watch the sunset. And I wish this would show up as pretty as it is for you guys. You know, always cameras are a little off when you're dealing with colors and stuff. I forgot to actually, take a picture or show y'all our dinner because we were kind of hungry when we got it done. Maybe we'll deal with breakfast, which is either going to be pancakes and fried Spam. I've got some shelf-stable country ham, or we might rehydrate some sausage and make some sausage gravy. I don't know. Wife's over there making the beds up as we speak. Alright, I know it's hard to see in this light. You see that next big log up there? That big log kind of extends back over that way. I think you can see that. Okay. See how I'm burning the ends? And then when the ends burn through, or the log burns through, I'll stick it further in and keep creeping it in until the log's gone. You could, if you had a flatter ground, you could burn the center of them through and then stick both pieces in. But that's the way to deal with larger pieces of wood while you're out in the woods, camping at a campground, whatever. It all works the same. Without having to saw it, without having to axe it, tomahawk it, whatever. Now, once again, you saw that I made some smaller pieces because a lot of it was longer, but it was a couple inches around. It wasn't wasn't real huge. But that's a nice big huge log over there I've got on the thing, and it goes all the way back that way. Alright, thanks for watching. Probably the next thing you'll see will be dealing with breakfast in the morning, unless something interesting happens tonight. Got a couple guys out there fishing. I did a little fishing earlier, just used my ultralight rod and ran a rooster tail spinner, one of the inline spinner baits. I picked up a little small largemouth. I get him up out the water and about to grab him, and he breaks the line and flips right back into the water. Took my spinner with him, and things ain't cheap, but that's okay. I've also been seeing lots of little minnows blipping around. I'm seeing them right now, in fact. Probably can't catch it out that way. Don't know what it is, but maybe I'll find out. At any rate, the guys catfishing are having fun. We're going to go do some more state parks tomorrow and come back here and spend the night tomorrow night and then go home on Sunday.